Today at a rather chilly Hartsdown Park in Margate, we're talking to Jimmy Gray following the Saints' first National League South victory of the season. It's quite a day, Jim. If you ignore the playoff match of 9 years ago, it's our 300th Conference South match. It's our 100th away league goal under you, and of course, most importantly, that first league win of the season.
Yeah, it's a relief to get the first 3 points on the board. It's a joint effort from everybody involved today. I think the fans came down and made a little bit of noise for us. We've had a long journey. First half didn't really go to plan. Changed a few things around for second half. And I'm pleased that Theo managed to get the goal for us to secure us a 1-0 victory. And if that's our 100th goal, it's probably fitting that Theo got it, because give him the ball, he looks like he's going to score a goal every time he plays. And that's one thing we need from him. And today I'm well pleased for the boys.
You got him very late in the summer when we had struggled for goals pre-season a little bit, and he's looking to be a very important signing.
Yeah, he's one of them. He knows where the back of the net is. I think he's had to do a bit of an unselfish job again. Second half for us today, we changed the formation around a little bit to try and get to grips with how they were playing, and he worked his socks off. And the harder you work, the luckier you get. And if you give him the ball in and around the 18-yard box and he can create a little bit of time and space for himself, 9 times out of 10 he'll stick it in the back of the net. So I'm pleased for him. But like I say, it's a joint effort today. I thought we defended superb, and I managed to get to grips in the end. And you can't say we probably deserved the full 3 points, but we've had games this season where we have, and we've not took anything from the game. So we'll take them, and we'll try and build a little bit of momentum going forward now.
Louis had a new partner alongside him today, Adi Yusuf, on loan from Dagenham and Redbridge. We saw him about 3 years ago, scored a cracking goal against us for St Neots Town. He looks a lively little player. Yeah,
he's a stocky little player. He's got a bit of pace, and we managed to secure him for an initial month. It's one area that I wasn't 100% happy with, so we've had to change it around a little bit, and Billy's been released now, but we thank Billy for his efforts. But I just felt we needed a little bit more pace in the side, and Adi will probably bring that for us. It's difficult to throw him straight in there. I mean, he did train with us on Thursday night, but we didn't really do a lot of sort of shape work and how we play. So as debut goes, I thought he did quite well, and was unlucky. Maybe he had a couple of efforts on goal that got blocked today. But yeah, I think you can add something to our side that we haven't had previously, and I'm pleased for him to come in, and obviously we get the victory in our first game with him.
Preparations weren't ideal, something like half a dozen players injured, which caused David Long King to come in for his first starting match in the National League South, and right back filling in for the injured John Kiriakou.
Yeah, and he did superb. I thought he came in there and was very good. He's a natural centre half, but like I say, things are the way they are at the minute, quite tight with players, and we got another injury to JK in midweek. So you know what, we sat down and we've gone through a few formations, and probably even changed the formation on the coach on the way down, and thought, you know what, he deserved his start. He's been in and around it, and he's been coming off the bench, but he didn't look out of place, and we just said after the game there, no, Margate didn't pick up on him as being any kind of weakling, so he's come in there and done a solid job, and I'm pleased for him. He was up against Christian Jolly, I think, in the first half, and he's got bags and bags of league experience. Then they bring Nathan Green on. He didn't look out of place, and he actually slotted in really well for us, and I'm pleased for him, because there's another young lad coming off the conveyor belt that we're giving him his opportunity to.
I suppose most people think the temptation would have been to put James Comley back there, but he had quite a good game in midfield today.
Second half he was a cut above, really. He ran the midfield. He's so comfortable with the ball. He was strong with the running. He was a good tackler. His positional sense was good, and for me, second half he was absolutely outstanding. But the temptation was there, yeah. But there was temptation there to put Gailey there, Jack Green, Benny Martin, Darren Logg. We've gone through quite a few things to try and get it right, and unfortunately today we did manage to get it right. I think the formation let us down a little bit first off, but they're a very good side. There's no way they're going to be down the bottom half of the table come the end of the season. No two ways about it. They move the ball as well as anybody we played against this season, and I'm sure it'll turn for them. I think Terry's got a very good side down here, and like I said, it will turn. But we managed to keep our end of the bargain, changed a few things at half time, had a few harsh words, to be honest, got to grips with it, and I'm just thankful we got the 3 points.
On the results sheet this season, we got used to seeing St Albans City nil, so it's nice to see the nil at the other end of it today.
Yeah, and that was another option and conundrum we had. We've had one clean sheet this season, and that was with Lockie and Benny, 2 centre halves, so we thought about doing that. Benny's had a few personal issues this week, and were we going to risk him, knowing the situation with that? But again, Benny, 2 games on the trot for me has been absolutely outstanding as well, and he's repaid a little bit of faith that we showed in him, because we could have changed it around today, but we've gone with Benny again, and he was super. Marshall does really well, because they did throw a lot of balls second half into the box, and some corners, and we dealt with everything second half, and I'm pleased to get the result. It's a relief, you know. I stood in there at half time. If you tell me probably say 20-25 minutes into the first half, if you say we're going to end up with 3 points today, I'd have absolutely nibbled your hand off. So it's a relief to actually get the 3 points on the board.
Were you feeling any pressure, Jim?
Of course, yeah. It's a big club. St Albans is a big club. I mean, my job of being assured is as safe as anything, but you know what it's like in football. You get a bad run of results and things can turn against you very quickly. But pressure for me is a lot of pressure that I put on myself, because I just want to win every game, and we're in a league at the minute that is such a tough league that we're not going to do that every week, and it's a frustration that I have, because we are a very, very good side and we can compete, but I want to just get us to where we need to be week in, week out, but it's going to take time. I did have a sit down with the chairman and the owners this week, and we've got a plan in place that we need to do, but we need to adhere to what we've got, and there's a lot of clubs in this league that are financially far, far better off than us, so we're always robbing Peter to pay Paul and tweaking things, and it's going to be one in, one out, and can we get some outside investment? Can I speak to some of my mates, can put some money in a pot? We've got the fans doing their part, and it really is going to be a joint effort, and professionalism needs to get better at the club, on and off the pitch, to where I want to take it. So that's where the pressure comes from me, because I want everything to be ship shape, and at the minute there's a lot of things that need to change, and a lot of things going forward that needs to change, but it's not going to be overnight at St Albans City, and when you really sit down and look at it, we're probably playing in a position in a league that's probably too high for us at the minute. I think we're a little bit further back than where we should be, but we've had such a great start since we took over, not just myself and Graham, but the players that we brought through, and the owners. We probably jumped up a little bit too soon, but we're here now, we want to stay here, and we want to be a progressive club. It's going to take time, but I think you can see that every game we've been in this season, we've been in the game. We haven't got hammered, and today the luck turned for us a little bit. We used a lot of luck up in that first half. We got a little turn of luck, and 3 points, and I can go and have a beer on the coach, smile on my face. It's my missus' birthday this weekend, so she's going to get the better Jimmy Gray this weekend that she hasn't had for probably 4 or 5 weeks.
You talk about tweaking things, players in, players out. You're very good at using the loan system, perfectly legitimate, nothing wrong with it, but it's difficult to build a team with that.
It is, but it's difficult to build a team to be competitive at this level with what we've got resources-wise, so we have to use it. Like I said, if there's players available that are professional footballers at the end of the day, and they're going to come down and they're going to get experience of playing at men's level, and we're going to get the benefits from that, we have to use it. That's where we are. But you just never know. 2 or 3 years down the line, you might see St Albans in a brand new stadium with a budget that matches everybody else in the league, and we've got players in the squad that's progressive, and everything is ours, and we might have 18 contract players at St Albans, so you can't foresee what the future is, but the job is here and now, and if we've got players being offered to us, and I've got agents ringing me, I'm sending goals into places, and I'm going to watch games, and we're looking for the next young players coming through, and it's just how it's a constant non-stop battle to try and get as much as out of the boys that we can, and like I say, AD came in there, Gailey's been superb. If there's any more out there, we'll try and get them in as well.
It's going to take a bit of time. Let's try and run through the injuries. John Kiriako's latest addition.
Got a little sort of elbow in his ribs on Thursday night. Didn't really see it myself, but Sam gave me the bad news just straight at the end of training. It literally was the end of training. He was struggling to breathe. He's been to the hospital. They're not going to x-ray it just yet. He's got to settle down over the next 2 or 3 days. If it's getting better, then I'm sure it'll be fine. If it's not, it could be a crack or a break, but it's tender in your ribs, you know that yourself. You get a little knock in there, it can knock the wind out of you, but I don't foresee it being too long, but if it is, then Dave Lonking's done himself no harm today.
We expected Luke Allen and Scott Thomas to be available, but it's not looking so good for them.
No, Luke Allen tweaked his ankle again in training on Thursday night. Maybe trying to come back a little bit too soon. It's nothing serious. Nothing's going to keep him out for a long, long time, but we need to get some strengthening work in it and keep the contact off it. So, who knows, he could be available for one of the games next weekend, if not both. Scotty Thomas may be a little bit longer. Sam seems to think he may have got a little tear in the side of his sort of hip area, where he's had a bit of an impact and looks like he's quite inflamed in there as well. So another one, long term maybe. We don't know.
Steve Wales had his scan yet?
Wales, we're looking for a bit of funding to get him in to get a scan. So if anybody's out there wants to contribute, then that'd be great. Greeny's may have to have an operation on his nose now. It's not healing too great. They're going to assess it again next week. So yeah, we've got. Oh, Coker's going to be out for.
Has he had his operation yet?
No, he's got to go and have his operation, but I think the PFA are going to try and get the funding for him, which is good, but that could take a few more days. It could take a week, we don't know, but as soon as he's in, I think his recovery time will be 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm ruling Coker's out till Christmas anyway now in my mind. So that's where we are at the minute on the injury front. And I say we only had 3 subs today. We couldn't field a full strength squad, but we managed to get the 3 points, so I'm pleased.
Well, we visited one coast today. We're off to another one next weekend. We're down to Cornwall, Truro. We did rather well last time we went there, 7-3. It's unlikely to be like that again this time, but we want to get this run going now.
Yeah, of course. I think we want to keep the momentum going towards us, going that way for us now. But I'll take 1-0 right now. Quite happy with that. But yeah, we go down there. Lads have got to take day off work, or a good half a day. We'll be setting off, I think, about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock next Friday afternoon. Stay at a hotel. The boys will have a bit more bonding time together. It's a long journey. We'll get a nice meal and a breakfast out of it, and then we'll go and try and set about getting a full 3 points again. And we want to make a charge back to where I feel we should be, which is in and around that sort of middle group of teams in this league, which I do believe we can try and achieve. And then you just never know, if we can get on momentum and a bit more of a run. You sort of see how our results always seem to come in fits and starts. We do have this, even since we've been in charge, we get a little bit of momentum, then we get knocked back, and there's 2 or 3 results go against us. So we need to try and keep the camaraderie and the character that was shown today, and I'm sure the lads are looking forward to getting going down at Truro on Saturday.
Lovely, thanks so much, Jim. Just a reminder then, Saints won 1-0 today away to Margate. We're next in action next Saturday, 12th of September, away to Truro National League South, and kick-off is at 3 p.m.